Hey everyone, in today's video we are going to be creating a frequency table. Now, we're actually going to make two, but we'll start off with our first one here. Given a set of data, frequency tables allow us to organize that data into bins. And this is particularly helpful, especially when we're going to be making histograms, and that's coming up later. Let's focus on the frequency tables for now. Given a set of data from students who did push-ups over 60 seconds, this is the set of data that we had. And we want to organize this in a frequency table. The first thing that we need to do is choose a bin size. Now, the bin size is how wide a range we want it to be that we're going to file these numbers. Now, since these numbers go from 8 to 42, it looks like 10 is good. You could choose a bin size of 50, and they would all fit in one category. Or you could choose a bin size of 5 and need a whole bunch of categories. But here's what this is going to end up looking like. So we're going to say push-ups, and we're going to make a little column here, and we're going to say tally, and I'm going to make a little column here, and I'm going to say frequency, and that's the end goal. The end goal is that frequency. So here is our bins. Our first bin is 0 to 9, 10 to 19, 20 to 29, 30 to 39, and 40 to 49. Okay, we got that fitting in the bottom there. So what we're going to do now that we've created our bins with a bin width of 10, we're going to make a tally for each of our numbers. Now, some of my students like to cross numbers out. Be careful. I recommend underlining them just in case you need to double check. So our 8 goes right here in the 0 to 9. And our 17 goes in the 10 to 19. Our 18 also goes here. Our 24, 24, and 27 give us 1, 2, 3 tallies right here. Our 30 to 39, 1, 2, we have 2 more that go in here, and our 40 to 49, 1, 2, we have 2 more that go in here. And those are all of our tally marks, and I find that way easier than just trying to count them up and write the frequencies. This is a small set of data. We don't have a whole lot of numbers, so it's fairly easy to do small tallies. If you end up having to do a larger frequency table or a larger histogram, you're going to really appreciate using this tally system. Because now we can go over to frequencies and we can just count up our little tallies. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2. And now we know how many push-ups students did in those bin widths. 0 to 9, 10 to 19, and so on. Let's go ahead and do another example where we're not starting from 0. So in this set of data, we've been given a set of test scores from a recent trigonometry test. Looks like it was a particularly challenging one because no one even got over 90. Definitely weren't watching the trigonometry videos. Let's go ahead and create a bin width for this. Unlike the last one, where we used a bin width of 10, that would be kind of sketchy to use this time. Because if we used a bin width of 10, beginning at 70, it's going to go 70 to 80, and then 80 to 90. Everything's going to fit in 2 bins. So you want to be careful that you kind of pick a bin that spreads them out. You don't want 100 bins, but you don't want things in 2 bins. So in this case, when we're choosing our bin width, we're getting our bin width. An ideal number this time, hopefully you're thinking in your head right now, is 5. We're going to go up by 5s because that will give us 4 nice little bins. Our frequency table, make sure all of your little titles are there. So we have grades, I'll make my little column, and we have tally, and I make my little column, and we have frequency. And those are the numbers that we're going to be looking for in the very end. And our grade bins are 70 to 74, 75 to, well, actually going to go up to 79. I'll bring that up though. Sometimes you will see where they will overlap, such as 70 to 75, 75 to 80, 80 to 85. If you ever see one that's written like that, always remember that if it's the same number, if this had been 75 to 80 and 80 to 85, and one lands exactly on the line, it always goes into the higher bin. So if that ever happens, and you see one of these frequency tables written where it goes 70 to 75, 75 to 80, 80 to 85, if you have exactly 80, it will always drop into the higher bin. Good little tip, try to remember that because they're not always written like this. Let's go ahead and get our tallies. So we have a 71, that goes right there, and a 73, also in the first one, and a 74, also this one. You'll also note that I was nice and put this data in order. If the data wasn't in order, all of a sudden the tallies become even more useful. A 76 and a 76. Here's that 80. If this had been written 75 to 80 and 80 to 85, this would be a time to know that it goes in the higher category. 81 goes right there, 82, and 84, and one more 84. Hooray, I get to cross a tally. I've been waiting for that. And an 87, and we have two 89s to finish off. And we can finish this by counting up our little tallies. So we have a frequency of 3, 2, 5, and 3. And this is how we organize a set of data in frequency tables. It's fairly easy if we have small lists. If we have large lists of data and they're not in order, that tally system becomes so much more helpful. I hope that this was helpful to you and that you're able to start making some frequency tables. In a later video, I'm going to show you how you can start turning these frequency tables into histograms to make them a lot more visual. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comments below.